We are live. This is the Tardis Zone, and welcome everybody. Hope you are doing well on this beautiful, beautiful evening, or I should say afternoon. Yeah, it's still kind of afternoon in Dublin. So nice to have you all here. Obviously, last night, if any of you were watching my channel, I threw up a video last night. A little teaser dropped. A little teaser video dropped. Radio Times did a little bit of an article. I threw them up. Actually, for once, I actually was able to link the article in the description. So if you don't want to watch the video, obviously you can read the article, but I'd like you to watch the video and then read the article. You know, what's the point? I never get the point of that actually, put the article in the link description when the whole point is you want people to watch your video. But there you go. I did it anyway. So I hope you enjoy that. Right. But anyway, there has been further details. So the details are as follows. Well, I'll give you a bit of good news first. So the good news I could take from this is that Christopher Eccleston is finally going to basically allow his likeness to be used. Now, you're probably saying, why his likeness? Well, apparently there's going to be video games. There's going to be audio, and there's going to be vinyl. It's going to be multi-platform. I have the tweet here. So I'll read the tweet, and then I'll get the article up, and we'll read more into the details. But here's the tweet. Where's the tweet? Hold on. I saved it before I came on, because, maybe I should have actually threw it on. Hold on. I'll make it easier so I could let you all see it. So where's this tweet? Don't tell me, did I delete the tweet? I didn't delete the tweet, did I? Oh, here we go. Right, so I'll share that to me messenger, and then I'll show you. Welcome everybody in the live chat. Nice to see you all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe the video. I have noticed though, when I put up the video last night, and I see this happening a lot now on all the platforms, is people saying that they don't care anymore. I understand that to a certain extent, but there are people out there that still care. And I get it, so this could be, another, BBC little way of getting us back involved with Doctor Who. But I think with this, we should wait and see what happens. I don't think we should be jumping to any conclusions yet. But I have seen this whole attitude where people don't care. Well, I thought people liked David Tennant. I thought people liked the Ninth Doctor, especially Christopher Eccleston, that he's decided to come and do something. I thought fans would be actually delighted about that. But it looks like there's a lot more damage done. I think it has. Look, I know it kind of has knocked the stuff, and I've been under no illusion that some fans are just done. But I didn't realise the extent. It's actually very extensive to people that have just given up on the show. And it is actually quite sad from my point of view, because we have fought a lot on this channel with each other. And, we fought together, I should say, on this channel. And it's just sad to see that the Timeless Children's finally, knocked the stuffing out of everybody. But here we go anyway. Sorry about the delay. The computer is a bit... Sure, before I came on, believe it or not, YouTube went all gaga on me. It actually said that there was no information available for all my other bloody videos. It was weird. Didn't even think this stream would go up, to be honest with you. Right. So there you go. They're fighting a whole new time war. Timelord Victorious is a brand new multi-platform Doctor Who story told across audio, novels, comics, vinyl, digital, immersive theatre, escape rooms and games, coming late in 2020. That was by Doctor Who magazine. So interesting there. I actually have a picture of the poster. So there's the poster. There's Christopher. It features Paul McGann. I should actually mention that Rose, and of course the Time Lord Victorious in David Tennant there. So yeah, very interesting. We'll get the article up now and we'll read more into the details and stuff. But listen, this could be easily applied for BBC to try suck us all back in. But at the end of the day, I know fans for years have wanted something along the lines of this with the Time Lord Victorious thing. Now, whoever is bringing this to light is finally given what fans want. And because we've had a bad era of Doctor Who, fans want to turn their back because they've had enough. And I can understand that. But this is something that we've wanted. And if it's not anything to do with Chris Chibnall, right, or any of the other idiots that have been annoying us, right, and it's wrote by, say, Nicholas Briggs, for example, you mean to tell me you wouldn't get on board with it? I don't know. I can understand everybody's anger, everybody's, you know, upset. You all know how I feel about it. But this is something we've always wanted. Right. But we won't be thanking Chris Chibnall for this one anyway. I can tell you bleeding that. So Paul Cornell can go and, imagine him saying we should give him a round of applause. That still annoys me. By the way, he's been blocking people since back in the day. 2010, I think, was the latest tweet I found or something. He's been doing it even back in the day. There's just something weird about that man. He just doesn't like other fans' opinions. He has made that absolutely clear. Even people that he has known, he has blocked, apparently. Right, here we go. This is what it's all about. This is what you want to know. So here's the other details anyway. Father Christopher Miller is here. Welcome, Father. Nice to have you here. And Dan is here. He says, hey, you lot. Welcome, Dan. And we got CJ Campbell. He's here as well. We got Daniel here. Charlotte is here as well. Ted is just having a bit. If he's here, Ted, it's just because he wants his ball. Exidor is here as well. Facebook user. It doesn't say your name, so I'm going to go on and check. I never do this, but I'm going to go and check on Facebook and see where the comment was made, because your name will come up and I'll be able to give you a shout out there. So hold on, let's see who it was that commented on the video. While we're looking to do that, we've got John Michael Fink here as well. Welcome. Let's see. All of a sudden now my Facebook is acting all weird on this. Dan said hello on Facebook. Welcome, Dan. It just comes up as Facebook user on StreamYard. It doesn't actually tell me who commented, but thanks for the comment. Nice to see you all. Marie is here as well. Welcome, Marie. Right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this anyway. I'll show you what's going on with this article. Listen, I just hope they get this right. It's something, listen, I know everybody is distraught right now. I know everybody is gutted right now. But this is something that we've always wanted, right? Now, when I read the article, I hope I don't see the names Chris Chibnall, Matt Stevens, or any of the people involved in the era now. If it has none of those people involved, to me, that's a plus already, right? But this announcement all of a sudden as well it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know about you guys, but the timing of this announcement just seems a little bit too convenient, if you ask me. But again, I'm always I'm going to be a little bit cynical there, but until we know what's going on, let's read the article anyway. Right. I love you, Cheryl. I love it. Listen, I put up a video about this last night. They claim to be Doctor Who fans. I wasn't even saying anything bad. I was just asking fans what they think of this Time Lord Victorious, and I got like 4 dislikes or something. It's funny. They do be ready on that dislike button. Who cares? Who cares? But to all you other guys, like, share, the subscribe, and all that. You know what to do anyway. Right, I'll read this article for you. So here it is. I have it here. So hold on. I just want to get this ball for Ted so he leaves me alone for a few minutes.
It's not near you.
It's not even anywhere near me, isn't it?
Just,
Oh, he's playing tricks with me now.
they're both right here, Teddy.
Right.
We have it here.
So the Doctors unite for epic multi-platform Doctor Who story, Timelord Victorious. Doctor Who books, comics, escape rooms, computer games, and audio spin-offs and more are uniting to tell a mighty story featuring the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th Doctors, as well as Rose Tyler. I showed you the poster, but there's the poster there. Better look at the poster there. Sorry, guys. So we got Rose there. There we go. They even did a poster, which is great. So we've got. We can see the Udar there. Obviously, we've got the old Daleks. I'm just trying to figure out what these ships are. Does anybody remember these ships? Because I can't. I don't know if they're Gallifreyan Time Lord ships, but because there's the Tardis, so I don't know. There's more Dalek ships down here. Very interesting. But Paul McGann, right? Let's read the rest of this article. See, I'm already excited by this, but of course it's by Hugh Fullerton. Oh Jesus. Right, he's not our favorite person in the Radio Times, is he? But let's read on anyway. So this went under the radar a little bit because I caught this whole teaser thing only last night. So after being teased over the weekend, Doctor Who mysterious Time Lord Victorious project has been revealed, and it's bigger than anyone expected. Described as a multi-platform experience and an amazing epic, it is announced that the new project will have fans following a new Doctor Who story across multiple platforms, including comics, audio dramas, magazines, and more, with several Doctors from years past defending Gallifrey from a deadly threat. Time Lord Victorious will tell a new and untold story set within the dark times at the start of the universe, when even the Eternals were young, the BBC said in a release. Let's continue. Following several Doctors across space and time as they defend their home planet from a terrible race, this is a story like no other. The story will apparently initially follow Paul McGann's 8th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor, and David Tennant's 10th Doctor, alongside Billy Piper's Rose Tyler, as well as classic monsters like the Daleks and the Ood, though it's currently unclear whether any of the actors will personally be involved beyond the use of their likeness. Now, right now, they've been given permission by Christopher Eccleston and these guys to use their likeness. Remember that. So Christopher Eccleston, and I have to stress that because I have went down hard on that man. Just have to stress that he has decided to do this. So he is doing something related to Doctor Who finally. So I have to say, once and for all, thanks be to bloody God you've came to your senses. Right, listen, let's read on anyway. Launching over a 12-week period later this year, the story will be delivered by Penguin Random House, BBC Books, Titan Comics, Doctor Who Magazine, Big Finish Productions. Oh, that's a lot of stuff we have to buy, though. That's a lot of stuff we have to buy. BBC Audio, Action Figure Companies, Eagle Moss Hero Collector. So basically, they're going to do the whole merch and all with this. But here's the thing, it's multi-platform, so it means I'd have to subscribe to the Doctor Who magazine, which I refuse to. Hey, listen, we'll get into it after I read this article, right? Let me see. Where were we? Yeah, immersive Yeah, everywhere. Maze Theory, who made the last Doctor Who VR game, and Escape Hunt, who recently delivered a Dalek team escape room, all working together to tell the tale through their own medium. BBC Studios Doctor Who licenses have come together to tell an amazing, epic one that's full of monsters, fun, and heart. Producer James Goss said in the release, we'll check him out to see what he has done. Uh, all strands of the story unite into a mighty patchwork that ranges from one end of the universe to the next. There's more to be revealed, but the enthusiasm and the ideas which the licenses have come up with are breathtaking. It's going to be such fun. Still confused? Well, as far as we can tell, it's like a big crossover movie or TV event where you need to watch all the different shows and films exactly. See, wait for BBC to make money and understand the story. But instead of tuning in on the big screen or small screen, it seems you'll need to pick up the comics, audio dramas, books, and video games, or visit immersive experiences and escape rooms to keep up with the narrative. Yeah, well done. Yeah. So basically, you need money, or you can watch it on that, but you won't get you'll get a kind of summary, I say, of the narrative, which won't be the same because fans would want to experience it. But we'll get into that now in a minute. At the time of writing, there's not an exact list of what will be released and where, as well as just how much time and money fans will have to invest to follow the whole story. But more information, including details of other characters and monsters involved in the project, is set to be unveiled regularly on BBC Studios' website. I'm subscribed to that on Twitter ahead of the launch of Timelord Victorious later this year. And in any case, for most fans, the news of more Doctor Who content arriving in a few months can only be a good thing. Plus, who doesn't want to see David Tennant in a Time Lord collar? Again, he does have a point, but right, let's talk about this now. Number one, I want to see this happen, right? But the problem that I have now is when I read the last paragraph. This is basically designed to make the BBC a shit ton of money and its licensees, right? And nothing else. Now, the story might be fantastic, right? But we're going through a pandemic right now. Money is tight, right? And if you want to be part of this experience, the whole Time Lord Victorious experience, and you want to do the whole lot, I guarantee you it's not going to be cheap. So I don't know how this is not going to work. It's not going to work for the simple fact is that not many fans are going to be able to afford to do this. I think it's quite. Do you know what? I would have been happy with vinyl, comics, and maybe the odd audio, but they're doing all this other stuff. Even better still, why not just get the three of them back, give them huge shit ton of money, Billy Piper as well, and actually just do a little mini series. We've been crying out for a Paul McGann mini series for years. Why not get Paul McGann, David Tennant, and Christopher Eccleston in one series? Imagine that, doing an actual series though. I don't know. I think they've missed the whole boat there. But yeah, this does not appeal to fans like me, because I'm being honest with you, I won't be able to afford it. I don't make loads of money. You would probably say we're probably on the poor bread line. Is that what? Yeah. So I mean, it's not. It's aimed at fans like. Do you know who it's aimed at? Fans like. Do you know the fans that do be on Twitter that praise this shit, that get special treatment? Yeah, they'll be the ones. They'll get some sort of deal and exclusive and stuff. This is not aimed at fans like us. I'm actually, reading that last paragraph. They're not sure how much money fans are used taking. Listen. For 2 years, 3 years, I should say. For 3 years, you've been hammering at this fandom, telling them how toxic they are. And now all of a sudden, then you bring this Timelord victorious out. And you know what you are doing, because this is something fans have wanted to see addressed, right? And you are using this, and while you are going to sneak in all different platforms so you can make a shit ton of money. You don't care about the fans. So with that said, though, and I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, are any of you going to get involved in this? Are any of you going to actually spend the money when you find out how much you need to actually spend to do this? Will you actually spend the money over multi-platforms to experience this whole story in its entirety? Let me know in the chat. Give him a treat there.
He just had them. He's got all of his stuff in there and he keeps running in. I literally.
Even if I had money, no. John Lay says, nah, I'm broke too. Dan says, this is partly true, Noel. If we can dip in and out, I'd be fine with it. But we need to make sense. It need to make sense in its own right too. Exactly. That's the thing I have a problem with. You know, what kind of experience are you going to get if you don't pay the full money? Are you still... this is what I'm trying to say. If you pay money, are you going to get exclusives that you're not going to get, obviously, if you don't? Because, see, here's the thing, right? Fans will look at it and say, well, I'll just go the other route because I don't have to pay for it. And they'll still get the same kind of experience. See, again, that won't go down well with the people that actually pay for this. You know what I mean? And that won't be fair on the people that pay for it if we were to get basically a free summary. You know, if you're going to charge, see, again, why not charge a one-off price or something and everybody is happy with? You know, I don't, in these times, especially uncertain times, like, you know, entertainment, we already pay a TV license. Now BBC want us to actually dip our hands in their pockets again and pay more money. And I think that's grossly unfair, to be quite honest with you. But look, this is a story that for years, seriously, even after the Waters of Mars, this was something that we wanted after the Waters of Mars. When we seen it, we said it was such a shame that it wasn't, that nothing was done about it. And now they've decided that they're going to, but they've decided to go and do it this way. So I don't know. I mean, it's only going to appeal. It's just going to appeal to the fans that have money, and it's grossly unfair. Doctor Who, see, again, I'll point this out again. It's like this BBC. It's like they're not thinking of all the fans. You know what I mean? They're just thinking of a certain demographic of fans. If you look at this announcement, only the fans that have the money to afford to do all of this are going to be able to, and that is bloody.
I have a clarifying question. I just
Go on, yeah.
So, with all of this stuff, like if you're not committing to all of it,
yeah,
you're going to miss big chunks, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right? You just get a brief summary.
So, just to be clear, when we watch any Doctor Who, even though it's great to have watched everything that happened previously, because you get all that background info, you can still enjoy any episode on its own because it's self-contained and does that. So what they're doing is they're taking not only the formula of what makes Doctor Who great that you can pop in and pick up and it's all right, completely obsolete by charging a lot of money that people don't have right now for something that goes against the way Doctor Who has already been accessible to everyone. Yeah,
and they're only doing this because of the current crisis as well, by the way. They probably had this planned, right? But maybe not in the format that they had it planned originally. You've got to remember, BBC, like most companies out there now, are losing a shit ton of money, right? So they need to make some money back, right? And the main show hasn't been successful, right? We've seen by the tweet-alongs they've been more successful until Paul Cornell actually put a stop to all of that. I do believe the next tweet along is going to suffer because of what Paul Cornell done. And I'm still getting people on Twitter sending me screenshots of them being blocked. As I said, this man has had a habit of blocking people far back as 2010. He's a lunatic. If you don't agree with his narrative, you're blocked. And even people, and you know what the amazing thing about the whole situation is? He's blocking people that he's never had any interaction with either. Right? That just goes to show you. And Cornell is a liability. He is. He's up to something, Dan. And I know he is. I think he's angling to either write an episode for Series 13, or I think he's angling to replace Chibnall. And the way he's talking about Chibnall, saying we should thank Chibnall, and the way he has spoke about Cannon, right? Saying Cannon was already on the side of the road after tonight. Let's hope it's gently washed into the gutter. That man is a liability. He comes in, right? See the rest of Cannon. The rest of Cannon is finished. He doesn't care. But listen, let's get back to the subject at hand. Timelord victorious. Right, what was the name of that guy that, did I say something, Goss? What was the guy's name that's producing it? James, wasn't it? Wasn't it James Goss or something? Hold on. I think it was James Goss. There, English writer, James Goss. This could be him. He's a producer. He was born in 1974. Yeah, happy Dalek colours, everybody. So he is a Doctor Who. So James Goss, let's see what he's done. Doctor Who. So in 2000, Goss was made a BBC senior content producer and put in charge of BBC's official Doctor Who website. Originally, the site was part of BBC Cult TV website. Goss slowly expanded the content to include Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Farscape and The Simpsons, 24 and Doctor Who. With the return of Doctor Who in 2005, the cult site was slowly wound down in order to concentrate slowly on the show. Goss moved to the BBC Wales to oversee the production of the new show's website. Okay, but what has he done recently? So, in 2006, Goss developed and produced The Infinite Quest. Oh, I have that animation. Okay. He also produced this special features for the DVD release. He has since produced DVD extra features for further to entertain Doctor Who releases, including The Chase, The Keys of Marninus, I can never say it right, The Mask, get away, The Mask, I can never say that as well, Masque of, say, I do what you do, Cheryl, of Mandragoria, and The Trial of a Time Lord. And he also appeared in an episode of Doctor Who Confidential. Right, so he's done a lot with Doctor Who. Right. So he looks like he was under RTD's regime and a bit, yeah. He's done a few audio. Well, then he is the right man. He's done audio books and all. So yeah, I mean, he looks alright. But again, this is just aimed at a certain fan, and yeah, we're not going to be able to afford it, which means I won't get. Yeah, thank you, BBC. You know, I'm not surprised. They just don't give a crap about all of the fans. They've just got it's always a certain demographic of fans that they aim at. They never aim any of their projects. So yes, it is a drill. Someone is drilling. They're probably drilling their own skull right now.
I was looking for the biggest bee or
there was a bee sound at first, but then it's definitely a drill.
I got panicked.
It's definitely a drill. Someone's drilling. Don't blame them. Cheryl's fine. She's doing great. Say hello, Cheryl.
Hello, Cheryl.
It's Gary Retro Doc.
I know. I'm in the chat.
Oh, okay. Right.
Hi, Rabbi.
Don't worry, Noel. I have your back and share it with it. Ah, well then that's great. But so you're gonna buy it, yeah? But you see, right? I mean, people that can afford it, it's going to be great experience, right? But here's the thing: these games and all depends what these platforms, these games are going to be on and stuff. You know, the comics. I done that. I obviously it's going to be all digital except for the on the audio. It's all going to be digital somehow. I just think it's a shame. I think they have missed the boat here with this one. With the fact that, as I said at the start of the stream, why not make this a 6-part mini-series and actually, you know, throw money at the three of them? I know Paul McGann would come back without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think it'd take much convincing, and I don't think you'd have to convince David Tennant. The only one that you would have a slight little problem with is Christopher Eccleston. But if this had no people that he had problems with involved in it, and also, you know, he probably would make a few requests for a certain director or producer to help. That's fine. Once he doesn't come in and start saying he wants to change this, that, and the other, just give him what he wants to a certain extent, and then get him to do this show. Billy Piper will come back in a heartbeat. Billy Piper would actually come back in a heartbeat as well. So why not? I think they've missed the boat here. This could be a 6-part little mini-series spin-off. But look, as I said, the fact that Christopher Eccleston has given permission for them to use his likeness, we don't know the full details, whether they're going to lend their voices to this yet. But if he does, this is the first bit of Doctor Who that he's done since he's left the show, isn't it? If I'm correct, I don't think he has done anything at all. So, you know, we've been aching for Christopher Eccleston as well to do something. So, I mean, look, BBC are clever, but then they're stupid on one hand because they've alienated the fans that can't afford to do this. Again, BBC showed their hand. They're only out to make money. And it is a cynical move, if you ask me. But Timelord Victorious is something that we've always wanted a resolution to, or we've always wanted to see how that story would go. How, you know, everybody has said at the time, and even when we were discussing it briefly, we did say, you know, it was a pity that we didn't get 2 or 3 episodes of David Tennant as Time Lord Victorious before he left. So, you know, BBC know exactly what they're doing, and it annoys me. I'm not saying I'm sucked in, but it does annoy me that they've generated a little bit of hope. Look, the main show is gone. The main show is finished, right? It is gone, and I came to terms with that. The main show is finished. But they just know, BBC, they're like Disney. They just know what they're doing. And this has kind of sucked me in a little bit, because I actually do want to see this now, and they know what they're doing. And the thing about it is, Rabbi, fair play to him, he said he'll make sure that I'm up to date and all with it. But again, Rabbi shouldn't have to pay for it. No fan should have to pay for that. They already pay for a bloody TV license. So I don't know how you all feel about it anyway. Let me know in the comments anyway. And let me know if you can afford to pay for it. If you can't afford to pay for it, will you actually pay for it? If you know what I mean. Would you bother? Already we know Rabbi is going to. But that's no surprise there, because Rabbi, you know, he loves anything like that. And you know, I don't blame him. If I had the money myself, I suppose I wouldn't be complaining. But I can't afford it, and I think it is grossly unfair. Doctor Who is supposed to be for all the fandom. And again, BBC have neglected to remember that. Ballstreck said it better the other night. I really just don't care anymore. Moved on with my life and got other interests. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And then we have someone that says, "Don't listen to Ballstack," with a funny name, Max Fish Slap. Some people have some weird names, but welcome. Yeah, well, we're all entitled to our different opinions. I actually think Ballstreck is right. He did get very passionate, and he said he was done with New Hill. Right now, I think that is the case with Ballstreck, but Ballstreck will be like everybody else and every other fan out there right now. He's just gone through uh, like what we're all going through. Right now, fans are just fed up, and I have noticed that. But this is something that is worth looking into anyway to see where it goes. Um, but it is a very clever ploy, if you ask me. You know, I think they've seen how successful the tweet alongs are, and that's on Twitter, and people just interacting that way. And now they've said, look, we'll roll this out now, and then we'll do it over multi platforms. But listen, we'll charge them. I guarantee you, the certain Twitter shills that defend this era will get some sort of discount or won't have to pay for, or will get an exclusive. Which again is not fair considering those people have hammered the fandom for 3 years. But do us a favour, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that rubbish. It's not rubbish, but you know what I mean. But just like, share, and subscribe. YouTube doesn't like me at the moment. But I will say I have noticed, and I have to mention this because, as you know, views have been down across the board with all YouTubers. But we seem to be slowly getting back up now with the views, which I'm happy about. It means more people are tuning in now. I think some fans have started to, because there was a drop off. Obviously, after the Timeless Children, a lot of fans were distraught like us all, and some are slowly coming back to the YouTube channels now and talking. But can I just actually mention something real quick again? Me and Ballstreck mentioned this the other night, and I want to bring it up again because we still haven't heard any word from Chris Persia. So again, I will ask anybody out there. Now, we do know he's a carer, right? So for all we know, he's frontline and hasn't got time to be on Twitter. We understand that, right? But if anybody has had any contact with him whatsoever, could you please let the YouTubers know? Ballstreck, let Ballstreck know, let Gary know, let me know. Because we haven't heard from him in over 2 weeks now. Now there's probably nothing in it. He's probably out there. He's a carer, as we said, and he's probably out there on the front line. But it is unusual that that there's absolutely no contact whatsoever. So there is a lot of us worried right now. So if anybody has had any contact with him over the last 2 weeks, whether it was a brief hello or whatever, just let us know, will you? Because right now, I mean, it is unusual, and I do get there's a crisis, but people like that normally keep in touch to let people know that they're okay. And Chris, as you know, he bounces from stream to stream, moderating. He's a very popular guy within the streams. So if you have heard from him, please let us know. Because it's getting a bit 2 weeks now. It's nearly 3 weeks. So yeah. The watch-alongs have been really good for the show. This came out at a perfect time for the fandom. Only issue is the paywall. Well, I will admit that the tweet-alongs have been successful. 5 million tweets in the previous one before the one that Paul Cornell done was fantastic. But Paul Cornell had to actually ruin the goodwill by actually coming out and telling fans that we actually had to give Chris Chibnall a round of applause for all the new Who content because he was responsible for bringing it all. Now, looking at it for me, the people that brought the new Who content was Chris Chibnall did do a short story that was written by a 7-year-old, but we have had new Who content from Stephen Moffat, RTD, okay, Paul Cornell. Yeah. How is Chris Chibnall responsible for all of that? And by the way, these tweet-alongs were apparently organised by Emily Cook. So is Paul Cornell telling us that Emily Cook didn't and it was all his idea? Because either way this looks bad. He wants us to give credit to a man who ran this show into the ground and wants us to give credit to a man that has had absolutely nothing to do with this except written one short story throughout the whole lot of its run. Right? He hasn't interacted with the fans since he's become showrunner. Only when Jodie was announced did he do the cons. He hasn't had any interaction with the fans. He's told us it isn't a democracy, right? We were also told by his one of his writers, Matt Stevens, that while they're in charge of the show, that they have their own vision and we don't have a right to complain, right? So whatever goodwill there was with the tweet-alongs, Paul Cornell with his antics put a stop to that. It's not a big deal who he congratulates. Well, it is if you take away the credit from the person that is actually responsible for the whole lot of this. So yeah, it actually does. It is a big deal. Why should Chris Chibnall get the credit for something that Emily Cook has been widely regarded as the person that set all of this up? How dare Paul Cornell take the credit away from Emily Cook? And listen, Emily Cook works for Doctor Who magazine, and anybody that knows me on this channel knows I don't get on with people in Doctor Who magazine, and I'm defending her, right? Emily Cook was the one that came up with this, right? Chris Chibnall's not going to take credit for something that he didn't come up with, right? That's why it's a big deal. He'd nothing to do with this. Emily Cook organised the tweet-alongs, and then after the tweet-alongs were successful, they had nothing to do with it, none of them. And then when they start getting successful, then they all start piping in, right? That's the problem. No, Emily Cook should be the only one that should be mentioned. Chris Chibnall shouldn't be mentioned in the same sentence as Emily Cook. She's the one that came up with this. It's common knowledge. It's fact. Chris Chibnall not taking credit for this. No way is he, right? Because I'll tell you one thing. He ran this show into the ground, he did, right? And now he thinks all of this is going to save him. All of this is going to win fans back over. Fans aren't going to be won back over. If you've watched me stream and you've watched certain subjects that I've spoke about, people have actually tuned out and said that they're not listening anymore. And some have said that they're done with the show. People are just done. And then Paul Cornell, that clown, wants us to thank a man that rendered. No, not happening, mate. Not happening. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Everybody can't wait to see that gobshite leave. Right? And Paul Cornell as well. Yeah, I said it last night. He's a sellout. They're all sellouts. And I said it last night as well. RTD and Stephen Moffat have no right to be sitting on the fence and have no right to be actually playing both sides of the fandom. You either come out and say something or you shut the F up. Simple as that. Don't want to hear from you anymore. If you have a problem with the show, like I was told, come out and say something. Because this side of the fandom, as I said last night, would get behind you, and trust me, you wouldn't be out of work. All right? It's no time to be playing both sides of the fandom, and it's no time to be sitting on both sides, sitting on the fence. Right? Right now, Doctor Who is in trouble and has been run into the ground. All right? So this is no time for you little games. If you have a problem with the Timeless Children's story arc, like what I've been told and many others have been told, well, come out and say something, right? No more. Sick of it now, right? How dare they play both sides of both sides of the fandom, right? And how dare some of them sit on the fence? If you are really, really outraged, like I've been told and many other people have been told, that there's rumblings behind in the background with a lot of people, well, if you are really all that upset, instead of coming out and actually towing the party line, right, come out and actually have some integrity and actually bloody do the right thing. Because the sooner one of you idiots say something, the better we can get this resolved, right? Chris Chibnall, do you know what the gas thing about it is? We all know that this man never wanted the job when he was offered it first, right? And then eventually, then when they did offer it to him, they got him drunk. They got him drunk. Even Moffat writes it, and they got him drunk at a party. They got him drunk, and he took over there. That's how he got the job. They got him drunk, right? And those two idiots are sitting on the fence. Those two idiots are playing both sides with their little dig videos, but they're still sitting on the fence and they're not saying nothing. No, I'm sorry. If you're really that pissed off about the timeless children, well, Paul Cornell has showed his side. Do you know what? I said it last night. Paul Cornell might be a little bit of an ass, right? But it's at least he's staying true to himself, right? Can't say the same about Moffat and RTD. You're either on our side and you don't like the timeless children's story arc, or you're on the BBC side. You're not on the. You can't be on the fence. You come out now, right? End of. It's done. Doctor Who is on its knees right now, right? There's no more second chances, right? This is it now. After the Series 13 goes ahead, that's it. If Chibnall is not gone, the show's gone. It's finished. It's finished. So you need to say something now. You need to turn the game around now. You need to say it's too late. All this sitting on the fence business is not going to sit well with fans anymore. You're either with us or you're with Chibnall. Make up your mind. It's enough. Enough is enough. Matthew Pounder says, hashtag dogs lives matter. Dog lives matter. Yeah.
Hashtag justice for Teddy's balls.
Oh, for God's sake. Where is his ball? Where did he kick? Did he kick it to? No, he didn't.
No, it's not.
Anywhere near me.
He has it. He's just being ridiculous.
It's not a big deal as you make it sound. The only issue is the show's descent into mediocrity. The rest is just creative differences. I'd have to actually disagree. I think it's worse than that. And this is the problem I think we have in this fandom. I think a lot of people, especially on the other side as well, downplay the actual disaster that this era has been for Doctor Who. Merchandise sales down. Jodie Whittaker is on the cover of a Doctor Who magazine or on the cover of Radio Times. That magazine automatically loses money. We have seen by the photographs over the last 2 years of New Who merchandise sales, on sale because they can't flog it. You also had the lowest viewed season end of Doctor Who's entire history. This is not a small problem. This is not me making it bigger than what it is. This is the reality of the situation. From the woman who fell to earth to the timeless children, 68% of the audience, right? Whether it's fans or the general public, it doesn't matter. 68%, that's over half of the audience, have walked away from Doctor Who. So no, I'm sorry. I'm not making a bigger deal out of it. This is the problem. A lot of fans have either basically ignored the situation or are blind to it and don't understand the harsh reality. This has nothing got to do with TV habits, as some have suggested. If that's the case, Call the Midwife and other shows like that wouldn't be getting millions of views on apparently a graveyard slot. For example, last night was Sunday, yeah. Country File, the show that Doctor Who was on directly after. Country File last night was in the top 10 entertainment trending in the UK, right? Doctor Who didn't even make the top 10 in the trending during its run. I think the woman who fell to earth, no, I'm not talking about Series 11, Series 12, I think Spyfall Part 1 and 2 definitely did, but it never trended them well after that. So, look, again, I'll say if fans want to believe that this is not as bad as I make it out to be, that's fine. But you're part of the problem, in my opinion, because you need to realize very quickly that this decline over 2 years has been quite shocking. As I said, 68%. If you actually look at the Doctor Who Origins trailer, you will see the downvotes are more than the upvotes. Actually, I would also suggest that people that think that this is all not a big deal, go in and look at the comments in that trailer. You will see that 98% of the comments are negative. People have rejected it. Right? Lowest rated episode, trailer of the Origins of Doctor Who rejected by fans. 68%, as I said, to the audience. You look at Rotten Tomatoes, the score on that. Whether you believe it or not, even look at the critics' score. The critics' score is down from Series 11 anyway. You look at Metacritic, it's the same, it's down. You look at IMDb, the same, down. This is all fact. The ratings, the AI, the +4, the 30-day consolidated figures, whatever, all down. These are the facts. This is nothing to do with TV habits or ratings. And some people have suggested that Jodie Whittaker's era still got higher ratings than Peter Capaldi, which is laughable, right? But all the excuses about graveyard slot, all the excuses about, the excuse that have been made over the last 2 years, none of them mean absolutely nothing, especially the ratings argument. That was blown out of the window. This has nothing to do with TV habits. If that's the case, then why is catch up? See, again, there's no logic to anybody's argument here. Why is catch up down? TV habits haven't changed. This is right. 5 million tweets 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago or last week for the watch along? Right? Stolen Earth, Journey's End. Actually, me and Rabbi did a stream here. We started off with Turn Left, and then we joined officially then with everybody else, and it was fantastic. 5 million tweets, RTD said. 5 million. Doctor Who Series 12 didn't manage 5 million tweets in one night, let alone for its whole run. And the point I'm trying to make is, if you give fans good Doctor Who, they will flock to see it. If you give them mediocre, crap Doctor Who, which we have gotten in the last 2 years, fans will walk away. Especially when you get the preachy nature of it. You get the reverse racism, which was plenty of. Apparently, a fan said the Rosa was great. And then they start quoting all these facts. And then it says, well, here's a fact for you. Threw up an article. Clearly, some people think that only all white people in Montgomery were racist, when we actually know that that's not true. The facts of the matter is that there was actually white people that were actually disgusted. But Mallory Blackman didn't portray that in Rosa, because if you look at our books and you look at our words, she's actually she's actually racist towards white people. She actually had another show that was produced, I think it was called Not Noughts and Crosses, about a black dystopian world, and basically roles reversed, which I've no problem with shows like that, but you can see that she clearly has an agenda. So Rosa was not a great episode. Rosa was a bastardization of a historical event. They belittled that event. It was actually disgusting, to be quite honest with you. And the fact that they couldn't actually get their facts right in the episode, and everybody says they do, they don't. The fact that they don't get any of their facts right in the episode is another reason why Chris Chibnall and his team are incapable of even doing historical episodes, let alone any of the sci-fi episodes that we love and know. Chris Chibnall and his team are just out of their depth and always have been. And we said this to you for 2 years, 3 years, and nobody would listen. So before we finish up, we will have another stream later on with Rabbi, as you know. Me and Rabbi will be on tonight. I'm pretty sure we will continue this conversation with Rabbi at some stage, but I do think we're supposed to have a watch along tonight. I don't know how we're both feeling about that one now, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll still come on and we'll talk about a range of topics anyway if we don't do the watch along. Because we could do a double bill on Sunday anyway. It would make a difference. But Colin says, and it seems to have especially irritated the Americans if Gary and Doomcock are anything to go by. Exactly. Listen, they didn't portray that story well. They say the Demons of the Punjab as well. They did that story. No, they didn't. Have you noticed the two stories that have been heavily criticised are the ones that these shills defend? It's always the way. It's always the way. And if you look at the series, it's cold anyway. You know, these people, as I said yourself, they've got sick minds. They've got sick, ideology. And they've also, I mean, look, anybody is okay with the fact that the foundation of the Time Lords, as I said, is founded on the fact that a child was murdered multiple times and experimented on. These people, that's what these people accept as canon. So they're obviously, as I said, they're sick. Their ideology is sick. They're probably the same people that think we should reform pedophiles and let them back out into society. We should lock them up and throw away the key. You never see them again. But this is the type of people we've got within the show. This is the type of ideology that these people have. It's actually quite disgusting, to be honest with you. And they've ruined Doctor Who. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. But listen, this time, Lord Victorious, I will say, and I'll end on a kind of a more positive note, it is interesting, but I do think there's many flaws in it. I do think there is many flaws in it. It is aimed at fans. I can't even say that. Primarily, why can't I say words anymore? Primarily, it's aimed at fans that have cash. And well, are we surprised anyway? But it is something that we've always wanted to see, the Time Lord victorious. So listen, I'll catch you all later on. Have a good evening. I will be back. Don't forget, I'm back with Rabbi later on. So don't forget to join us. Ted is come here, buddy. Come here to me, buddy. Come here. Oh, there you are. Now. I'll just hold him here. Right, so I'll be back with Rabbi. Hopefully Ted will be calmer by then. Won't you, buddy? Yeah, he's a good little dog. See, he knows that there's something going on around everywhere because he's feeding off all the stress of everybody. But yeah, listen, I'm gonna go because there's a news conference on that I actually want to have a look at. Yeah, listen, guys, back with Rabbi later on. It'll be a couple of hours because Rabbi, it'll just be late enough for him. So we'll go a little bit early. But we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that. And do us a favor, folks, as well. Will you? If you come across people that feel the same way as you guys on any of the platforms, will you do us a favor? Let them know about this channel and tell them that we listen to fans, that we are fighting the good fight. We are sticking it to Chibnall and Co. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing that myself as well, trying to get people to subscribe to the channel because YouTube is not going to help me out anymore. So I might as well help myself. So if you guys know anybody out there that is similar to you in points of view, direct them to the Tardis Own official YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Listen, talk to you very soon, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I won't be long, couple of hours, right? Just gonna have something to eat, the dinner and all of that. I have a nice roast chicken on. I'm gonna do some roast potatoes and stuff and peas. Yeah, it sounds lovely. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. But yeah, that's what we're gonna have. And then I'll watch a little bit of TV with Cheryl just before I go live with Rabbi. So listen, talk to you very soon.